Hi, this is Tushar and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a long wait after the second lockdown and I've been waiting for going out for a ride. But before going out for a ride, you should make a small few checks in your motorcycle so that you know that everything is fine in your motorcycle. That's what I'm going to do now so that I can take you through that process one by one. I'll be checking each and every item in the motorcycle because I have a long ride tomorrow and I want to be sure that there's not going to be any problems on the ride. So let's go and check that now. So as you can see behind me, this is the Street Triple R, and there is a small short code which I can use to check every item on the bike so that I can remember it. So it's called T-CLOCS. Okay, so let's go through that one by one. Coming to the first item, T for tires. So we need to check whether your tires are on point and it is not having any problems. So this is the tires. You can see that there is good enough treads on the tire. There's no problems on it. Next, check the tire pressure in your bike. So I have this portable MI tire pressure checker and a compressor. So I'll check in that first. So you just need to connect it, and as you tighten it, you can see it will show you the tire pressure number. So the rear tire is rated for 42 psi. So I'll just set it to 42 now. Just make sure that you're checking tire pressures in cold temperature. So don't go for a ride before doing this. As soon as you take it out of your parking, you can check your tire pressures immediately at cold time. Next, let's go for L. So L stands for lights and electricals. So make sure that your lights, like the headlights, the tail lights, the indicators, all that is working fine, and also check for your electricals like your dashboard. If everything is working fine on the dashboard, make sure there are no engine warning signs. So make sure that all your electricals are working properly. Let's just check that now. Switching to high beam. Indicators. Make sure to also confirm that your rear brake lights are working fine. So just press the brake light and see that it is working fine. You can, as soon as you press the brake pedal, and you can see that the lights are getting engaged. Make sure to check that because it's very important that the person coming behind should know that your brake lights are engaged, right? If your brake lights are not working properly, the person will never be able to know that you have applied your brakes, and he might just come and directly hit you. So yeah, brake lights are very important. Next, O. O for oil and lubricants. So make sure that your engine oil level is proper. So for that, you need to just go to the engine oil dipstick and check on whether there is enough oil on the dipstick, and also just take some oil from the dipstick and rub it between your fingers to see whether it is smooth or not. If the oil is not smooth, you can feel it in your hands, in your fingers itself, that it is very coarse. If it is good, then it will sound good. So yeah, so as you can see, there is enough oil in it. You can see that it's almost about to drip down, and that is pretty good. Now let's just check how it is, the quality of the oil is. As I said, let's rub it between the fingers. So take some oil in your hand like this and just try to rub it between your fingers and see how the quality is. So I feel that the quality is absolutely fine. There is no, I'm not feeling it coarse at all, so the quality is absolutely great. So fix it back in. That's engine oil, and we see that the engine oil is absolutely proper, and we can take that to the ride tomorrow. Next is C again. So that C is for chain and chassis. So you need to make sure that your chain is properly lubricated, and the slackness of the chain is good. So let's just check that in my bike. So as you can see here, the chain is properly lubricated. I had actually lubricated it a week back. So there's good enough lubrication on the chain. And secondly, the slackness of the chain, you can just raise it. This should not be very tight or this should not be very loose also. So there is a guideline of how much slackness it is. This is something which you can do it yourself, but it's usually done on the service centers. But this much slackness is good, so I'm good to go for tomorrow. Finally, last one is S, and that S is the side stand. So side stand is something which is very important. You need to make sure that your side stand is proper so that you can take your bike and go wherever you want and you can park it properly. If your side stand is not working, what do? You can't just keep holding your bike always, right? So make sure your side stand is also working proper. Right now I don't see any issue with the side stand. It is absolutely working properly. Finally, once you have checked everything, there's only one last thing to do, which is make sure to turn on your bike so you can hear the fuel pump running and just crank it up. So guess what? I mean, I was just recording this and suddenly it started raining. You can see it's still drizzling a bit. So I just brought the bike inside a bit. It has got a little wet, but yeah, to just finish it up. So as I was saying, stand was the last thing, but then there are a few more things which you can check. Just make sure that your clutch free play is good. Like as you can see, this is called the free play of the clutch. There should be some few millimeters of free play. Other thing is just check your mirrors are proper. It should not be shaking, and few things like your uh, gear lever, is it proper, and it's not the footrest, the things on the other side. Check for the footrest and the brake lever. Just check your brake lever on here on the top. So that's about it. These are the few items which you need to check before you go for a ride to make sure that there's no major problems when you go for the ride. Few things can happen, like you can get a puncture or something. That is still fine because these are tubeless tires, so you can still go to a normal puncture shop and get it fixed. But other things, like if there is a problem with the engine oil, then you need to really make sure that you fix that before going for the long ride. So these are a few basic things which you need to check before going for the long ride. So I hope this video helped you in any way possible. If it did, please hit the like button, and if you think it is good enough to be shared to somebody, please do that also. I really appreciate you watching this video. So thanks a lot for tuning in this time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Peace.